give the microphone over to my brother Leut in the house. Ranger Leut.
Good morning, you all. Morning. How's everybody doing this morning? How's that pack out going? Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, how many of you have been here before, seen us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm loving. So thank you for coming back. For you new folks, thanks for coming. How many of you, and those of you who've come before, have heard me speak before? And most of the time when I speak, you know how they say of writers, write what you know? I take that to heart as far as speaking and speak what I know. And I've drawn on my own life experience a lot in these talks because I feel like it's the most authentic, it's the most genuine, it's the best way to convey a message effectively. But I've failed you because there is an unspoken elephant in the room, and we need to talk about it. You ready to do that?
Yeah.
Take a good look. Assuage that curiosity. Those of you who wondered and were polite, thank you. I've had this hand since birth. Here's what I knew for most of my life. You were born with it. It wasn't thalidomide. We don't know. So, I never knew anybody else with a hand like this. My parents, outside their experience, they didn't know what to coach me and teach me about. So I made my way on my own. Now, interestingly, I came to my first burn when I was 50 years old. 50 years old. And one of my early burns, I was standing in what used to be a coffee line in center camp. And I got into a random conversation with a guy who said, "Hey, is that amniotic band syndrome?" I was like, "Wait, what? What's that you said? What?" And I went and looked it up, and bam, spot on. So never say Burning Man didn't teach you anything. Because if you listen to people, you'll learn some stuff. And in fact, I've now found whole communities that I'm part of, and we support parents who have new children who have amniotic band syndrome, and like, oh my God, what is their life going to be? And we're like, they're going to be fine. Trust me. Now, because of this, I had some unique experiences in life. You know how kids hate standing out when they're just learning how to fit in? That was hard. People would ask, and I would hate when they asked, because they always asked using the exact same words. Like somebody had handed out a script. What happened to your hand? And I never knew how to answer that. It took me a while. I figured it out now. But as a kid, it was a bit of a challenge. And there were certain things I couldn't do, obviously. I got excused from class when they all started learning recorder. And I'm sure the band would not like to see me try a saxophone. By the way, I figured out that if I got a left-handed glove, which goes on your right hand when playing softball, I could catch the ball, stick the ball under my arm, fling the glove off, grab the ball, and throw. Not a good shortstop, but I can manage outfield. I never tried to learn American Sign Language. I feel like I would speak it with a heavy lisp. And you know that heart symbol that people make with their hand? I can only do that half-heartedly. I'm a dad.
Dad jokes.
But there were some advantages, believe it or not. You know how a lot of kids have a really hard time figuring out and remembering which is left and which is right? Not a problem. Had that one down. I live in the Seattle area. I take ferries. Every now and then I go in line, I pay my fare, I look at the receipt. hey, they gave me the disabled fare. I saved some money. And the only other thing I'll say is for advantages, and I'm going to try and put this delicately. Ladies, I offer options.
Very delicately, please.
This is just one example because all of us have something about us that is unique, that is special, because of our experiences, because of where we grew up, what we did, what we were interested in, where we were put in life. We all have something about us that is special, that is unique, that is rare to find. And we're going to explore that right now. In a minute, I'm going to ask you to share something unique about yourself. And this is how we're going to do this. You're going to turn to someone, hopefully someone who doesn't know you super well, who's nearby. And one of you is going to say, would you like to share your uniqueness? Because consent in all things. The other person, if they consent, will share something unique about themselves. Keep it brief. Don't go off on a whole bio. We don't have all morning. Maddie will kill me. When you're done, the person who is listening will say, the uniqueness of me honors the uniqueness of you. And then you switch. Got that? Uniqueness of me honors the uniqueness of you. Now, we're not going to take a lot of time with this. So, think 30 seconds of talking, and then you're going to switch. You guys ready? Go. Talk to your neighbors.
I know this guy. I know this video singer.
I have hip dysplasia. Socket, stomach, which I never knew until now. Are not deep enough. And it's the same thing with German Shepherds.
Something unique about me. I like to hang off things and play on them because
If you haven't switched yet, please do so.
Hey John, what's unique about you?
Well, I think I was born in the mountains. My dad and mom took us up in my mom's womb, and so I'm obviously I have a really unique
And let's start to wrap it up.
mountains in that space, and it just really touches my soul.
Uniqueness to me honors
I do.
Okay, if we could come back. What you all shared with each other are things that make you special in this world. Everybody has something that makes them special. Different experiences foster different ways of thinking. I grew up in Harlem. I'm pretty sure that shaped my experience differently than somebody who grew up in Kansas. We'll talk about it later. Or even someone who grew up, where'd you go? Stacy, where are you?
Oh, she's not there.
Oh, that's sad. Who grew up in Soviet era Moscow. We know, ladies are about to really agree on this one, men have a different way of thinking about things because they move through the world with a different set of experiences. Living in dark skin definitely shapes how I think about every encounter I have with law enforcement. Different interests, different viewpoints, different talents, different passions. But if I look at just this camp, we are stronger because we think differently about things.
Amen.
Maddie lives and breathes music. Tori can organize an entire school full of elementary school students, which suits her well with us. I am in my happy place with a microphone and a crowd, which a lot of people dread.
No, we love it.
Every new person expands the collective talent that we have as a group. And if we all thought the same, we'd be a group of like-minded people sitting in the middle of the playa not able to get anything done.
Yep.
In the United States, accepting different ways of thinking is kind of out of vogue these days. We've all retreated to our little corners and said, no, I don't want to hear it now. We don't listen. We don't understand each other. We want to browbeat people who think differently than we did instead of finding what talents and viewpoints they bring. The whole point of radical inclusion is to keep fresh thinking coming into a group so that it doesn't become stale and die out. My thinking was, I'm not going anywhere near those renegade birds. Oh my God, that's going to be terrible. And then they put up that phenomenal, I only saw it on video, that phenomenal drone man. And now I don't think we should ever do a burn without drone shows. We will be better off if we are radically inclusive about the voices that we listen to, so that we can hear how everybody thinks and draw the best from them. Go talk to people who don't think like you. More importantly, go listen to people who don't think like you. Those conversations may offer you some unexpected options.